What is going on, guys and girls? What is going on? We are back out here with another live show, guys. We just got some good times going on. We've got some good weather that's been really nice. Everything's been pretty good. We can't really complain too much, but we've got pretty much everybody in the mix here, guys. What's going on? This is a happy Thursday. We've got everything going on, and yeah, man, it's just kind of that time, for everybody to sit back and look back on the week. We've had a good week and everything, and everybody's healthy, and they all made it. So, yeah, we've got some special guests coming onto the channel, and I think you guys are going to like this. This one brings a different point of view that you guys haven't seen on here too. And I promise you guys we're going to bring some new people to the channel and give you a different viewpoint and just a different type of aspect of things in the hobby. So I want to tell you guys, happy freaking Thursday. You made it. We're all here. Everything's going good. So yeah, man. So buckle up. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and bring them onto the front of the show, boys and girls. I'd like to bring you, got Harvey to the channel over here. Check him out, FMS. Harvey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening, Bobby? Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you could actually make it. I've been meaning to catch up with you for some time, and we just hadn't been able to catch up at the same time. So what's new with you?
Oh, well, I'm waiting to see, actually. Word FMS has, they're coming out with some new stuff this year. So
okay.
I can't mention what and how many, but they're definitely going to have some new stuff coming out this year.
Oh, so you're saying FMS is going to have some new airplanes, some new products coming out for us, huh?
Yes, sir. I'm excited to get those and review those.
What kind of hey, you want to tell what kind of airplanes you're talking about, or is it just going to be a nice little surprise there that they?
Well, yeah, unfortunately, due to the confidentiality stuff,
we can't shake you upside down and get any of that information out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a long time ago, well, I'd say last year sometime, FMS asked me to do a survey on my my RC group, and just ask people what they'd like to see them come out with. And I sent, so I got about 3 pages worth of comments and suggestions and sent it to them. So we'll see, maybe something off the list I sent them.
Right. So let me ask you something, man. Have you so whereabout are you located at in the country? Because most people probably don't know. And if you guys aren't familiar with this channel, basically Harvey is I guess you could say you're an ambassador of FMS, right?
Right. Yeah. They asked me to be their ambassador about midway into last year. So this will be my 3rd year with FMS. Representing those guys. Yeah.
As an ambassador for FMS, what exactly are some things that you do for them? And, what can people expect? Like, what an ambassador basically does? Because I know what you do because we talked about prior to, but people don't really understand how much you travel and how much you put the brand out there and some of the airplanes that you demo and stuff. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So pretty much when last year I spent hundreds of hours, actually. My job at that time was to research RC clubs in the U.S. Preferably at the time they were doing the beginner promo deal, but they were looking for RC clubs with really nice training programs. But I must have, I'm guessing around 75 RC clubs that I talked to last year. Communicating with those guys, getting them affiliated with FMS so we could sponsor their events. I went to 4 out-of-state RC clubs. I'm in Albuquerque, by the way.
Oh, you're in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
wow. So one I went to was with Jeffco Aero Modelers out in Littleton, Colorado. Debuted at the time, that was when the Cessna was new, so I went and debuted that out there. Midland and Odessa, Texas, my hometown, with High Sky RC Club and Permian Basin Model Aircraft Club. And then I went to Glendale, Arizona with Arizona Model Aviators Club. So those are some that I went to last year. Just a good time meeting new people and
man,
ripping up the skies, man.
For sure. I completely understand.
Yeah. Now it's more of managing FMS's 2 RC groups on Facebook. The excuse me, FMS RC Family and RC for Beginners. So I do that, and then on top of managing my own group as well.
So let me ask you,
I'll get to go to some more events this year. I'm looking forward to that.
I was going to ask you, are you going to make it to Perry, Georgia? Have you heard about that massive RC swap meet they have?
I was asked if I wanted to go to Joe Knoll, like I mentioned on the phone to you earlier, which is a 24-hour drive for me. I mean, they could have flown me out, but I wouldn't have anything to fly at the event. So Georgia is quite a drive as well. So I'm up to them, flying me out to these places, no problem. I wouldn't mind going out. They fund my trips, the hotel, lodging, food, gas, everything.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
So they get you around and everything to these events, kind of show off the brand, FMS brand, and get a little sponsorship out of it. Winston Brown right here says, I applied for FMS sponsorship, no reply yet from RDRC Club. And that's a club that's actually about an hour north of where we're at. So good club, good guys over there. Winston Brown's a good dude. He's actually the president and stellar guy, man. Just a good dude all the way around.
Well, everybody knows the contacts for FMS are in China. So, it takes a little bit of time to get responses.
There's a little lag.
And I always say if all else fails, send another email. They'll get back to you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things where you just got to be patient and work through it, and that'll work out. Now, let me ask you, man. Keith Dunn just said, is the FMS J111 on the top rack behind you, Harvey? It's that blue one back there.
Oh, the one back here.
Yep, that's it.
This one is the Twin 70 SU-27.
I thought so.
Yeah. Now I do have the J11 out of picture here to my left, but I do have both of those. Yeah.
Which one's your favorite airplane out of all of them?
Huh?
Which one is your favorite airplane out of all of them?
Oh God, man. They're all favorite. I love how they all fly.
Yeah.
If I had to say a favorite, would be the J11 as far as the biggie. I do have both Super Scorpions, and I love how those fly. They fly really great. The 70 millimeter class jets, I'd have to go with the Avani, the Yak, the Viper. I mean, they're all great, man.
Yeah.
You've flown them, haven't you? You've flown them,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I've had some, man. They're actually really good, and they fly really nice, too. I've had a lot of FMS airplanes in my day. Hadn't had a lot of the new ones, though, like the Super, what is it, the Super Viper, or the Avanti, I guess, not Super Viper, but the Avanti.
The big Avani behind me.
Yeah, man. How do you like that one?
It's great. What I did was I was able to actually get the couple of the 90 millimeter Pro Series 8S systems.
Oh, really?
So I got these with the 6S systems in them, and so I would swap them out, right? And so I could fly on an 8S. But yeah, that the big one is the big Avani. It's really nice, really nice.
So We got RC Pilot Will over there. What's going on, Will? Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me.
You gotta put me in, buddy. You gotta put me in.
You're already
There
in.
we go. Hey, what's going on?
Not too much. Let's see here. Turn your volume down there. It's a little loud.
Okay.
Blasting the speakers out over here.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
I got this. I got my earpiece in. Did you turn me down?
Yeah, I tried to. Let me see.
Let me see if I can do it. Hang
That's a
on.
little better.
How about that?
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's much better. Yeah, that's nice. It's
There you
easier
go.
on we weren't screaming. Me and Harvey were there. We thought our ears were bleeding for a little bit, but we're good now. We're all squared away.
All right. That's what's up, man. So what's going on?
Harvey, we got RC Pilot Will over here
Hey,
with the channel too. So we got a nice little group of guys over here. And so Will, I was just going to tell you real quick. Harvey's over there with FMS. He's like a brand ambassador for them, and he also does a couple of I guess your demos and stuff like that for the for FMS and everything like that. And so we were just casually talking about some of the products that they have there. And, we've had quite a few FMS products all the way down to the, golly, I've had some where it is the, what is the camo one? The Super Scorpion 90 that just came out. I've got that one. I've had the FA6. I've had the, golly, what is the S, was it S2? No, was it the SU? I've had the SU.
Yeah, the SC30.
But me and Will's favorite FMS airplane is the BAE Hawk, man. That is by far.
That is my go-to, man.
Yeah, I got to give props to the BAE, man. That's one of my favorite 80 millimeters. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did such a good job with that. It comes with the V2 gyro in there. That airplane alone is good. Really good. So Harvey, how did you get into RC, man? Tell me how long you've been starting and what got you into it.
It goes back when I was a little kid, man. My dad took me to a field at a school, and they were flying those U-control combat planes where they try to cut the ribbons off and stuff. And since then, back then, I never heard of our remote control.
What's up, TJ?
So it took a little while and got into the RC actual remote control game about 33 years ago. I've flown just about every manufacturer there is. I've been flying FMS for 18 years now. So obviously 98% of my stuff is FMS, but they don't say in my agreement that I cannot fly free wing, which is cool.
Right. Because if you're an enthusiast of the RC hobby, it would be ridiculous to say you can't fly anything other than our product, right?
Right. That's crazy. Well, how would you know if the product stacks up against the other product if you can't fly the other product? Yeah.
But it's a little different if I can add really quick with rcbattery.com, who's a sponsor of mine for the last 2 years. We didn't have to do a signed agreement. We did a verbal agreement, which has been working real well, but they do ask that I only use their packs. But they're good packs, man. I love them.
Yeah, we actually were supporting their packs as well, too, for a long time. And, they are good packs, man. They're just a good middle-of-the-road pack. Nothing wrong with them. They get the job done. They last long. So, but it's a great pack. And, Laperier, man. They've been around for a while, and it's a good, solid pack, and it's an easy company to work with too. So,
great company, great customer service.
Very good, and they're like I said, they got a good variety of packs. But I'm not kidding you, man. Look, I don't know if you tried SMCs yet, dude, but SMC packs are the truth. I mean, I didn't. I was
those things are.
And I thought for the longest time SMC was like a bunch of hocus pocus, but I'm not kidding you. They're just there's a difference between high voltage and then your standard lipo pack. So if you have an airplane that's high performance, it's kind of like running high octane in your car. You run high octane in your car, it's going to produce, and you can notice the difference with the SMCs. But those Laperiers are very good, and I'll tell you, I really like the graphines. I don't know if you've flown any of the graphene lipos yet, but those are good, also punchy pack as well.
Yeah, they're punchy. Graphene packs are punchy.
The Laperior Pros, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's it.
I'll tell you, the one I like out of all of them is the Laperior Air.
I haven't experienced this. Why don't you tell me about the Laperior Airs? I never heard of them.
Well, other than putting one in your plane, you won't know until you fly it, but great punch to it. They, I'm getting 4.5 and sometimes 5-minute flights on my jets, and that's almost, that's crazy, right? I mean, a lot of these jets are up for what, maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, the average that I had when I had lipos, I was getting about 3.5 minutes.
Yeah,
just on your standard, run of the mill lipo out of HRB.
Right.
So, but yeah, the lipo and the quality absolutely makes a massive difference for sure. Yep.
It does. I mean, that's like the Turnigy pack that I flew in the 90mm F-22. It flew we flew it for what, 5 minutes and some change?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Hey, that's an F-22 90, a free-wing 90 F-22 Raptor. Usually that thing is good for about 3.5 minutes, but we flew it for 5 minutes, and I mean, not easy either. We flew it hard for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, Harvey, you got a question here. Keith Dunn wants to know. He says, "Does FMS focus on like scale appearance or flight characteristics?" That's a great question.
That is a good question.
Yeah. I mean, they progressed as far as that goes. I think they focus on everything, man, the scaleness to characteristics, flight. I've got to say, and I'm not the only one that has said it before here locally at our club, but FMS has some of the most efficient EDF units out there. I mean,
I can agree to that.
Yeah, really, really. And their Pro Series, of course, I think they only have the Pro Series. It's the metal housing ones for 70 and 90 millimeter right now. But those are even better. I mean, just they have a different sound to them. But yeah, they're focusing on just about all those aspects.
And while we're kind of highlighting the good about FMS is, I will say, like, historically speaking, FMS has always came out with airplanes that were like different, that were nice, like something different. And really, they were the first ones that I can think of that were doing like version 1, version 2 of airplanes. Like, they've always been coming out and upgrading their airplanes when like e-flite wasn't doing it, or some of these other companies weren't doing it. They were always kind of like pushing the envelope on it, and their models look great. Every model that I've ever had flew really good, really good. This one right here is that little Cessna 182. Man, that thing, not only is it scaled the heck out, but it flies really good. I mean, it's like just a perfect.
It does.
It's great, and it's pretty.
You got the red one like I got.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's nice. I really like it.
It is a nice. I call that a lazy day Sunday flyer, man. When I get to where I want to break from these high speed jets, I take my high wing out. So
it's always good to have that one that you can just fly without having to worry about being on the stick so hard.
Right. Just kind of relax. You got to go back to basics once in a while. You know what I mean? To the props.
Yes, that's right. You're right.
Something funny when I was saying, FMS is the only one that updates their airplanes. He's like, I don't know about that, Bobby. Horizon has like 9 versions of the timber. He's not wrong. With the turbo timber, the Evo timber, the UMX timber, the Twimber. He's not wrong. He's dead on.
The night timber.
They literally took the timber and did
super timber. SWS timber.
Yeah.
I think the night timber's been discontinued, hadn't it?
Not sure. I mean, at the rate that they come out with the timbers, why would they not? I mean, they churn them out. So
they just got a thing for timber.
Yeah, they're good flying airplanes, though, I will say. So let's see here. What other? Let's see. So I know that you said that you've been flying for that long and everything like that. But what actually what got you into the hobby? Have you been flying this long, like consistently without a break or anything?
Well, you know, you always get the breaks, but
I never take a break.
well, you get, if you consider if it's too cold to fly, or you know the weather is crappy, you know, that's time to work on stuff at home. I'm retired now. I was lucky enough to be able to retire 2 years early. So normally when I was working, I only had weekends to get out and fly, and half the time because we fly at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta Park.
Okay.
And so a lot of times during weekends in the summer, they have paid events that keep us from flying out there. So now that I'm retired, I can go out there every day during the week. And I've been doing that for a long time. So
I'm so tired of hearing about you retired people just enjoying
yeah, I know, right?
all those years and getting to go out and have a good time and not have to worry about anything. And you know what? I guess I might go out and fly. You just go, you know. I look hey man, and you know what? You deserve it, man, because you worked very hard to get to that point, and it's not very easy to do. So yeah, you should be able to get out there. But I am tired of you guys, you know, rubbing us in our work.
Yeah, they rub it in on us.
They do.
Like you said, they just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go fly, and then when I leave the field, I'm gonna stop and grab me a nice steak.
yeah.
Turn one said retired people steak. So let's see here. Keith Dunn says, "What's your best FMS plane you have flown, Harvey? What's the best one you've ever flown?"
Are you talking about jet or prop?
That's up to you. You got to figure out.
Well, jet wise, I'll have to agree with you guys. The BA Hawk.
Yes.
I really love the 70 millimeter Avani though.
Yeah.
Prop wise, I gotta say the Tiger Cat.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The 1500 millimeter P47 is awesome, as well. The P40.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. I got to say, you know, and it's nice that I have direct contact with FMS, because I can kind of give them, I could give them everybody's comments. You guys want me to send them a comment? I'll be happy to. But like, for example, the 1700 millimeter series P51 and Corsair, now they fly scale, and they fly beautifully scale, but I've been getting with them a lot about trying to get the power systems upgraded in those, because in a sense, I'll agree with people that they are a bit underpowered.
For sure.
Because you got to be on full throttle the whole time you're flying it.
Now, while we got you here, we got to ask, man. Now, we know you're the FMS ambassador, and we know that you know, you're supporting their brand and everything. Is there any type of airplane that they have that you just don't care for? Like for me, flies really good, but the Rafale is kind of like, you know, I'm not much of a high alpha guy. Is there anyone that doesn't fit, like, you know, like they come out with some 3D airplanes? They've got some pattern planes. I don't know if you're a pattern flyer or not. Like, so what kind of what do you enjoy? Do you like EDF jets or warbirds or Scalcraft?
I like them all, Bobby. You know, that just gives you a broader, if you fly something different all the time, you know, the experience, you get I can't think of the word for it, but you get that experience in different things.
Versatility.
Like, yes, sir. And, you know, if I had to say one I didn't like, and you mentioned pattern, it's that Olympus.
Oh yeah, I've seen that thing. Yeah, it's a little different, isn't it?
That one, I'm in agreement with you on the Rafale. I'm not a big alpha guy, and I don't alpha, you know, I don't do high alpha with it.
Yeah.
I like how it flies, though.
I'm mad at how y'all attacking the Rafale like this.
No, listen, I like it. And you know, that was the very first time I ever flew a that type of jet, and I kept not pancake landing it, but where it just planted on all three. And once I moved that battery back about an inch,
there it is.
There it is, man, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's like you hit the nail on the head. That's the beauty of flying so many different types of airplanes. You get that versatility that, like, you know what you like and what you don't like, versus, you know, in the EDF realm, you know exactly what you like. In your propeller planes, you know, electrics, you know exactly what you like, you know. So it's a benefit that you get in this hobby. So that's cool. You're in a very fortunate position to where you actually get to, you know, try all those airplanes too. So
you know, man, I've been very blessed to been able to hook up with the FMS. You know, they've been great, and to be able to get new releases and review those for them. I'm not the only one that gets them and reviews them, but you know, to be able to work with FMS has been a blessing to me.
Yeah.
Never thought it'd ever happen in 33 years, bro.
Yep. I understand. But here's the thing too, like, doing that, people don't understand there's a certain amount of work that goes into it. Like, it's not like flying airplanes and jumping up and having a great time. Like, you know, when you're trying to put out quality work like you do, and you're trying to, you know, do the very best to show people the product, it's hard, man. Just weather alone, trying to get the weather to cooperate, that's like a big thing that we try to, you know, combat over here. But what's one thing that you would say on the journey that you're at, where you're at right now, that most people don't know about?
Well, you know, being affiliated, what I've been doing in the last 3 years, you know, it's been a lot of work, and it's not just traveling. When I do travel, you know, like I said, I spent hundreds of hours, you know, on the computer, being up nights sometimes, you know, not really late. The work involved is not that hard. It's just long hours.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, you know, I've been very well compensated for my work, and you know, they show their appreciation that way.
Got another question for you. What's most common complaint you get from people about FMS? And like, one thing about, like, when you put yourself out here in the interwebs and on YouTube and stuff like that, like, you know, you're out there with the masses, man. You hear crazy stuff. Will, you've heard it with your channel. Like, you know, you get crazy stuff as well too. Like, Will, what's one crazy thing that you've heard people come out and say? You know, just random stuff.
I mean, man, it's it's so much stuff, man. Like,
I've been working that video.
I believe I've had one guy. He yelled at me about using a gyro in my Viper, in my Black Horse Viper.
Man.
Yeah, like, I'm like, dude, like, I bought the plane. I could put what I want in it, and he yelled at me for using a gyro. Like, you could tell he was angry typing.
All caps and everything. He's like, You're like, relax. I'm just trying to play.
Yeah.
What about you, Harvey? What's something that you've noticed that people do, you know, that, you know, it comes with the territory. When we're out here, we're putting out a product, like, you know, I've heard all of them, but what's one thing that, like, you've noticed that people would just take a deep breath and kind of say, hey, look, what's one thing?
Well, one thing, I mean, a lot of people, and I'm a member of like 33 RC groups on Facebook. That's how many groups I share my content with. For the most part, I don't get any negative comments. Once in a while, you'll get those that say FMS is crap and blah. But I think the one thing the most I've seen people really complain about is the customer service. And I tell them, look, you know, I've dealt with Horizon, I've dealt with Banana Hobby, I've dealt with all these other guys. I mean, it's the same all over. You know, you gotta understand, these people are slammed, man. And with FMS being overseas, you gotta give them a chance, you know, because the time difference, and you know, FMS gets some pretty long holidays sometimes too. So, you know, you just got to take a breath, and you got to, like I said, if you don't get a response the next day, just send another email. They'll get back to you.
But just have a little bit of patience, man.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
And the biggest thing with customer service, the biggest thing I found with customer service is that it's all about your approach. If you approach them with aggression, you can't expect to get good results, because you might be on the phone with someone that's going to give you that same energy, and you're going to get nowhere. So
that's exactly
so the best way to approach it is, you know, approach it with some sense. Like, hey, my name is such and such. I got such and such going on with one of my models, you know, and it's explained to them. But if you get on there and like, oh, this thing's crap, I took off with it and it just rolled over and flipped over and crashed into the ground. Well, it was probably you holding the elevator too long, you know. But it's all about approach.
You're exactly right, man. You know, if there was a guy at the club in Littleton that got the SU-27, and you know that little tailpiece that glues on in the back. He claimed that was broken, and so I get a message from him and say, "Hey, can you contact FMS about this?" And I said, "Well, I'll give you their email." He said, "Well, I emailed them, and I told them, I said, if they don't replace it, I'm gonna talk to my lawyer." Come on, man. So
you're gonna talk to your lawyer over a $600 piece of phone?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You know,
you're gonna spend more money on your lawyer, and you're gonna lose.
While we're talking about that, you know what really gets under my skin a lot is like when people, I see it all over Facebook, they'll get an airplane and they'll complain about like one thing. I saw one where the guy was like, the tube where the wing tube goes in doesn't fit. It's like it's not the right size. And I'm like, they're like, I can't fit this tube inside the hole. And I'm like, this is a hobby. Go over there and get like some sandpaper or an X-Acto knife and you know, make the hole a little bit bigger. It was an easy fix. Like I could see where it came from the factory and it just wasn't perfectly round. And the guy was like, I can't get it in there. This shouldn't be an issue. And I was like, this is a hobby, man. I'm like, I guess this is where we're at because we're so used to plug and play and not having to do anything. We're all spoiled with these airplanes that people forget, you know, sometimes you're going to have to like do a little bit of modification for the airplanes, you know?
Right.
That blew me away though. I was like, wow. And it was something so basic like that. I'm like, we did this to ourselves, guys.
Well, you know, everybody has to understand that, you know, it's not just FMS either. These things are mass produced and somebody's going to miss something, you know, it's human error.
Exactly.
And I even had it's a 3D plane manufacturer, high dollar one, the Balsa ARFs. Extreme Flight. I got one of those way back one time, and man, they must have missed 8 or 10 CA joints in it, right? So I mean, it happens. You just go on, fix it, and go on, you know.
Omaha Air Defense brings up a good point. He says, well, it works both ways. Vendors shouldn't always assume it's pilot error. Customer service is mutual respect. I would absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And me and Omaha Air Defense have talked about that in depth, and it's agreed. You know, you're a customer, you spend money, so you should be afforded that. And it's like you said, Will, it's a little give and take right there, 100%.
Yeah.
So
it's all about the approach. If you approach it with some sense, and with some mannerism, then you're gonna end up getting, you know, the customer service that you deserve. They're not gonna assume that, okay, well, you must have tore this plane up. You know, you did something wrong. You're not gonna assume that so easily. I mean, because I think these people get up to go to their job to do their job. They don't get up to go to their job to be like, okay, I'm just gonna deny everything and say, you know, I don't want to help nobody today. I mean, they signed up to help people. So that's what customer service is all about. They signed up to help people. So if you approach them with some kind of kindness, they're gonna give it back to you. I've had it happen with me twice with Horizon, and before that, I even had it happen with Motion RC, and I've had a guy that I know that I used to fly with, um, tell me that Motion RC won't give you any customer service. They're gonna tell you kick rocks. Well, guess what? They hooked me up when I told them that my, $1,200 Black Horse had a crack in the fuselage right out the box.
They were known.
They didn't give me any grief about it. They were just like, okay, well, let's figure out how we could fix this, how we could work this out. And so
that everybody and their mom comes out and they're saying, hey, I have a problem. This is a business. You have to actually prove, you have to bring the issue and prove what the issue is. If you can't, they just can't give you free airplanes out. I would love that, but they wouldn't last very long for sure.
Yeah, the business was shut down.
By the way, good to have you in here. Sorry about that. I had to call him out.
No. Yeah. I saw him. I saw the comment out there.
But yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. William says, I build planes from wood and 3D print planes. Sometimes you have to make things work. Nothing is ever perfect in this world, for sure. I would definitely agree.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's very true.
It's a very true thing. I just think that we've forgotten about this. Eddie K hit the nail on the head. It is called modeling. You're going to get things that are not perfect, and you pick up and carry on. But I will say, out of all of the brands that I've had, I can't say I've had a lot of FMS things that are bad. I've never had any real issues with any FMS products. I will say I've been fighting that little that battery bay though in the
what's that fish bird called?
The one I said, but it flies amazing.
Oh, the
Integral.
Oh yeah, that one, dude. Yeah. For what I think it came from the factory where it was like, where they glue them in there, something like that. I mean, it slides out, but somehow, some way, it's stuck. And me and Will tried our best. He was holding the airplane, and I was like pulling with all my might, and it wouldn't come out. And so I had to
talk about the tray.
The tray.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I have heard where how the tray has those little nipples on them that snap in.
Yeah.
Now I've heard that those do wear down, eventually, and they don't snap in anymore. But there's if your ingenuity works, you can figure that out. But to not be able to get it out, I've not heard of that one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, this thing's brand new out the box.
Wow.
Yeah, it was made. I think that when it was made, it must have got some glue or something like that in
there. Some glue might have ran into it off the assembly line.
But like we said, ingenuity. I just made a way around it. I just loop the battery pack around it, so to make it work. So it is what it is. But I don't get bent out of shape and feel the need to kick a fit or anything. What I notice is people automatically run to Facebook and they're like, this thing, look at this, So I typically don't do it. I just try to problem solve and get around it. So, but that was the only thing that I can really say. FMS has been a great company, and good airplanes too. So I like that.
No, it's not.
They aren't they based out of Florida?
They have a warehouse in Florida. Yeah.
I thought so because I noticed a lot of things were starting to be shipped out quicker than what they used to, and I think it hadn't been open for long, maybe like a year or two.
Well, now. Yeah, just about a year or two. Now, I found that they're not fully stocked, meaning when I've ordered like servos and smaller things like that, they're coming from China. Mm-hmm. But as far as the aircraft goes, they're pretty stocked in the Florida warehouse. So, but I've even had like 7-day turnaround from stuff from China.
Wow.
Or 5 days. Yeah.
They've always been pretty quick, to be honest with you. I've ordered parts from them and they get here 5 to 7 days, so it's not bad. Eddie K says I've snapped several of those trays, but it's not a big deal. 6S batteries are heavy. They are. Let's see. Downforce says I'd like to encourage FMS to do a repaint of the CJ6 paint scheme. I bought a plane a few weeks ago. Love the plane. Getting back into the hobby after getting out of the Army. Congratulations. We appreciate your service, by the way, sir.
Yes,
and
sir.
CJ6 scheme is not so good. So this is good feedback for people to hear, you know. And I always say on the channel, you never know who's in here. There's quite a bit of people who work for other companies that sit in the back of the room, and they watch. And you know, sometimes they hit me up offline and tell me they're in here, and sometimes they don't. So
you know, that's not a bad idea. I mean, it's easy enough to add a different paint scheme to a model they already have. So I mean, that's a good suggestion. And by the way, I will send a link to this podcast to my contacts with FMS so that they can see all the positive feedback.
Yeah, man, because like this is good stuff. It gives them an idea of where to go with the product, and hey, their job is to make a good product so they can sell it. And what better idea than it is to hear it straight from the consumer's mouth, right? Like it's a great thing.
Yeah.
So William Lane says FMS fast ferry ship for me. I live in Tennessee. He says which could be why. Absolutely. Yep. When they're in Florida, that's only what, 2 days, a day away. So yeah. Let's see. FMS V3 scheme should be Blue Aggressor scheme. I had the CJ6 demo team and those colors. True story. Google it. Paint pan is hard. So there you go. And let's see. He tried painting himself. He said he ruined it. Yeah, it's hard to hand paint. So we got to ask you, what would you like to see them come out with? Like, what cool airplane, something different? I'm very happy with what they did with the Super Scorpion. I upgraded mine to 8S. And actually, the funny part is you know, mine is pretty much, it's all the new version. I even got the new wheels that I ordered from FMS right there. As you can see, I just got to drop those bad boys in, and I'm going to have a V2. Cool. I'm going to have a V2. My biggest thing was it was so bouncy. And so the new gear that they redid are so much better. So let's see here. Lionel Randall, what's going on?
FMS needs to bring out a 90 milliliter F-35.
Yeah. You know, I
90 milliliter
was just fixing to say that too. But you know what I would like? I mean, and it wouldn't be actually new. I really love how the 70 millimeter F-18 flies. But the dang thing is so, I mean, for 70, it's small. And man, if it gets very far away, you cannot see the dang thing.
It disappears.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would really like to see him come out with a twin 70 F-18, about the size of that.
That would be different.
That would be great. I would love an F-15.
Yeah, the F-15 on that.
Yeah.
I mean, and these are all airplanes that just consistently sell, right? Like that's just what they do. By the way, Lionel Randall says, I would love FMS to make the nose gear mount thicker plastic in the F-86. So
you know, that's a good point. In one of mine, I've got both schemes, but in one of mine, I just didn't land it right. And I know how to land it, but it got a little bounce to it. And it did crack that plastic. So that's a good point, and I'll mention that too.
Harvey, how often do you crash airplanes, buddy? I mean, look, we all crashed.
You're gonna jinx me, man.
Hey, look, last year I think I crashed 6 airplanes. The year before that, I think it was like 7 or 8. Like,
you know,
it happens to the best of us. We can't help it. You know, we'll crash at least 15 or 20 a year. According
no. Yeah, according to some people.
You know, I've got to be honest. In 33 years, I probably crashed 5 planes.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty dang good, man. I would say that's pretty good.
The one I told you about on the phone earlier was a dumb move on my part. I got that camo Super Scorpion in.
Yeah. And
like I said, I had it all set up on the table. Everything was working right. And the one thing I preach is always check surface direction before you take off. And I didn't. And I got up high and went to make my left turn. And went right.
Reverse aileron.
And it was adios Scorpion. But I was lucky enough to get one to replace that one.
It does happen, man. And look, I for the very first time ever, while we're telling stories of sad times of us crashing airplanes, I mean, the very first time I've got that Banana Hobby was nice enough to send me one of those SU-57s, the twin 40mm airplanes. I'm out there flying it at our field on a super windy day, and it's a small airplane.
Oh, I remember that.
I'm flying in like 20, 18-mile-an-hour winds, and I take it down our field. At the end of our field, there's a tree line, and it's pretty close. And apparently, I wasn't going fast enough, and the wind was coming in the direction that I was going, so it slowed it down even more. And in a turn, it literally made it stall, and it got stuck in top of a tree. And that was the most helpless and terrible feeling ever. I was like, so that airplane that you sent me, and this was like the second one that been in the country. I was like, yeah, it's stuck in a tree. And I was like, that's the bad news. The good news is I got the maiden flight video of it done, but it's sitting in the tree. Man, that just hurts your soul when you have something like that happen, Mm-hmm. But it's a part of the hobby. It's a part of the hobby.
You got to call
fire.
I'd rather
hit the ground than to get stuck in the tree.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because in the tree, it just staying there and you see it every day. And look, Harvey, I went out there for 4 days straight and was like, did it fall down? Did it fall down? Finally, we had a bad thunderstorm and it finally fell out. And I was like, okay. And it was okay. All the electronics were fine in it. So got a question for you there, Harvey. Keith Dunn wants to know. He says, Harvey, was FMS your first choice of place to work?
I checked. I communicated a little with Horizon. Mm-hmm. They're pretty hard-nosed as far as if you want to call them team pilots or whatever they get.
Yeah.
And they don't really compensate you very well. I've tried with Banana Hobby with no luck. So I mean, yeah, it was my first place to work as far as what I'm doing now. But you know what? I'm kind of glad that I don't have multiple manufacturers to represent, because then you have really, really bad or really hard, strict deadlines to meet. And,
yeah, we talked about that earlier. It becomes really hard to meet these deadlines. It becomes work. Honestly, it's like, and you don't want to let these guys down, because if you don't hit a deadline, then maybe, they might get rid of you or something like that, or they might not be happy with you.
Yeah.
And so
it also doubles your travel time too. If you're trying to represent all these people and they want you to go to these events, that would be hard, especially if you're married and have a family.
That's absolutely right. Like I do. And
which I want to say, Bobby, I got to say, my beautiful wife of 25 years, she's been supporting me 100%.
That's beautiful.
In fact, she's the one that got my YouTube channel started for me. So,
man, you're a lucky man. No wonder why you've been married so long. Man, when they support you like that, dude, there's nothing you can't do. That's like.
So I want to really quick to put up. I don't know if you can put it up, but mention my YouTube channel, Stars and Stripes RC. Any and all subscribers are welcome. I check my channel religiously multiple times a day. My main focus is content and communicating and getting to know people through comments and stuff like that. So I wanted to do that. And mention my RC group, which is FMS e-flite free wing RC hangar, RC airplane hangar. Check that out. I'm always on there checking for comments and it's kind of a small group right now, but it's growing and it's a bunch of great guys there.
Yeah. Now, hey, look, man, you got to let me plug your channel for you right there. You did good, but yeah, I want people to understand though, like, just like you said, man, you've got a really nice channel that's growing, and he's trying to, get his channel out there. And I would absolutely say, guys, if you can, make sure you go out there and check out his channel and take a look at it because he's got a really nice channel there. Subscribe to his channel. Show some support because, he's like one of us guys out here, man. We're just out here trying to do the right thing, trying to keep the hobby going forward and without any malice, So
Hold on. Wait.
subscribe to the channel. What is it, Will? Oh, here we go.
I was listening. I was listening the whole time. I had to do my daddy thing. But so you said your wife supported you through this whole thing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just had to say something about that, man.
Yeah.
You're a lucky guy.
For the last, we've been married 25 years, and she's been a big supporter the whole time.
Man, nice.
Anyway, we can get her to talk to our wives. So
yeah, exactly. Can she teach our wives?
Can we do that? That is awesome. But man,
the only thing she won't do is get out at 7 a.m. with me and do a video if I need her to. I've got a really great guy. I call my wingman, Justin Newland, that he's gone to some of these RC events with me. He actually takes part as well, but he does all my photos at the RC events, and then here locally, he does all of my maiden videos. My wife, obviously at home, she does all of my unboxing videos that I do. So yeah, I've got I've got some support, and it's really a good thing.
And there you go, guys. You can kind of see his channel right here, Stars and Stripes RC. He does unboxings and, also 5280 RC. They're kicking him some stuff, too, that he puts in there. So he has some really good afterburner installs that you can actually see. He's got videos of the Avanti, and he's got them of the F-18. So, guys, show some support, man, and like and subscribe to his channel as well because, he's doing really good stuff. And
right. We got to support
we got to support him.
We got to support our people bringing us the information, man.
Yeah.
When I started my YouTube channel, Bobby, and I mentioned it to you too, it was just for fun. And Stars and Stripes came out. My dad, it was for my dad, actually, the name, because he was a Navy veteran. So I did it to kind of honor the military. But I just wanted to have fun. I wasn't interested in making money, like some of the big influencers do or whatever.
Because I'll tell you guys, it's really hard to make money in this. Go ahead.
Yeah, it really is. It is hard. And, I've had my channel up for 3 years and I barely hit 1,000 last month, which is a huge deal to me. But it's been a long time, trying to get it going.
Well, I'm looking in the comments. You already got people that said they just subbed. You've got a bunch of people who've already subbed to your channel. So
I appreciate you guys. Hey, thank you. Again, I check my channel every day, and any comments you have, if you want me to shoot FMS a comment or something for you, I can do that.
Yep. And that's also too, man. You'll notice I'm always like trying to be supportive of other channels and stuff like that for the good people. If you're a good person and I know you got good intentions, man, I will always back you up and support you on this channel, man. But there's a couple of them that might not be so nice and stuff like that, and I don't really care for them. And so you won't see them on here. But yeah, man, you got all these people subscribing, man. I can see at least 10 people that said they've been subscribing. So boom, there you go. So
I appreciate all you guys then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I need to look you up, Will. I don't think I need to get hooked up on your channel too.
Well,
okay, it's RC Pilot Will.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check you out.
That's another thing too. RC Pilot Will, that's his channel as well too. Shameless plug there. I'm over here plugging Stars and Stripes. I'm going up RC Pilot Will on those too. Because look, man, RC Pilot Will has he's helped me out tremendously, and so
Well, the vice versa, you helped me out too, so.
Well, I appreciate that, man. We're just having fun, dude. That's what it's about.
That's what it's all about, having fun.
just the journey.
Yeah,
man.
you know, that's exactly right, man. You know, some people, you know what? I've seen people go out and fly and end up crashing a plane, and it gets them so bad mentally that they don't fly for a month, 2 months.
Oh yeah.
Or they just quit altogether. You got to be able to just let that blow off and get right back out there. You know,
that's it. You're going to
That's right.
It's going to happen. Hey, by the way, this is a funny comment. 3120 Downforce said, subscribe to Stars and Stripes just to harass you about FMS engineering and C-17 and CJ6 scheme. There you go. Hey, that's so there you go.
Hey, keep it nice, guys. Keep it nice. Yeah. Like Will said, a little kindness goes a long way.
That's right. That's right. It definitely does.
I just subbed to you, Will.
Yep. There it
Thanks,
is.
bud.
Yeah, no problem.
Will, you got another sub on there too. So, you know what's crazy is
nice.
like, I don't really pay too much attention. I was just telling Harvey this earlier, but I don't pay too much attention to the subscribers. But you know, my channel hit 80,000 subscribers a couple of weeks ago, or maybe like a week or two, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. It's just crazy. So, you know, I never thought that it would be that much. I remember when I had 1,000, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That's a lot. And now this thing's just getting out of control. I don't even look at it anymore. So I'm super thankful, and I'm like I just try to stay humble and bring a lot of good people along with me. By the way, while we're talking about good people too, I got to introduce you to Che. Che, basically, Hamilton's Hangars. He makes these custom.
Oh yeah, hang on a second.
We've got this as a custom. Look, he made this for me, man, for a logo. It's a chain, but dude, when you're out doing your FMS stuff, man, he can make one of these things for you.
I tell you what, it'd be really cool if he could hook me up, man.
Yeah. So Che, there you go. Hit him up. Che, drop in the comment box where you can go. It's Hamilton's Customs Creation. He has a Facebook page. Good dude. He's an avid RC flyer. He loves like we do. But not only can he do cool things like this, man, he made this banner. He made all kinds of stuff, dude. He's got king rings, everything that you could possibly think of. So show him some love. And this is just for everybody too, man. He can make anything with the 3D printing. So you gotta, you know, like I said, I always support people. LJ Hobby Life is another good dude, man, a good resident of the channel. He says, that's my dude, Jay, the brother I've never met for sure, dude.
Nice.
It is what it is. He's a good dude. And look, RC Pilot Will has one that's made by Chad. Will, that dude's awesome, dude. I like that.
Yeah, man. He did good. He did good. He did really good.
He really did, dude. I feel like mine's cooler, though. I feel like
mine's is cooler. Mine's is bigger than yours.
Been bragging going on there.
But no, man, I'm telling you, dude, it's just been a good journey. Now, Harvey, tell me one good thing that you love about this hobby.
You know, I like, a big thing for me is just getting out and meeting new people, man.
Yeah.
And flying.
Yeah.
Like I said, at these RC events, man, the people that I've been to so far, man, they treat me like a king. You know, they put the FMS booth front and center.
Yeah.
I don't pay any pilot fees, none of that stuff. Take me to dinner. I mean, just getting out and meeting new people. That's what I like.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of great guys out there, man. At Glendale, Arizona, Kyle Gerardo, man, he is the best jet pilot I've ever seen.
Really?
Because he's flown for several different manufacturers, though. He's been doing that a long time. But great guys, you know, meeting new people.
That's what it's about, man. Making those connections, meeting new people, and trying to bring people up with you. Because look, people are going to see this and they're going to be like, "Hey, man, like you're now going to be a liaison for them, and that's going to, you know, help you make a better product, help out FMS, and it's gonna, just kind of make things a little bit easier for everybody else. So it's a nice trickle down effect when people have, you at the wheel listening to us all and being able to have that little input. So I hope they listen to you. I hope they value what you do, and you keep moving along, dude. And I also hope too that this is a shameless plug that they send me some more products so I can actually review everything, because I would love to do it. I need more airplanes so I can review FMS. Send some my way. I like the product.
Hey, send some my way too, FMS.
I'll put a good word in for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, I'll take old airplanes, used airplanes. I'll do whatever. It doesn't matter. But I can't.
Hey, I've got a 80 millimeter F-86. I'm trying to let go of.
Man, send that thing over here. Yeah, I'll get up with you. I'll pay shipping for that. No problem at all. So I'll be more than happy to.
But yeah, I'd like to get back on again when they come out with the first new release. If it's actually something super big, something new. Yeah. We'll get it on the show if you want and take a look at it.
Man, I'd love to have you on the show and talk about, I'll let you drop new releases on here, give exclusives, whatever you want to do, man. I'll be more than happy to, because, the people in the comment section here that are watching this, man, they really appreciate that. And
And by the way, I appreciate you letting me drop my discount codes on your group.
Of course.
I got a notice from one RC group out of the 33 that actually kicked me out without any reason. Now I've been sharing my discount codes in my videos and just randomly for 3 years. Yeah. And now all of a sudden he decides to kick me out with no reason. And
don't feel bad, because
I just messaged him and said, I guess you don't want people to save a little money on an RC plane.
Nope.
So
you have all kinds of people out there.
Some people don't really want to support the hobby. They just want attention.
Yeah. Or some people, you'll notice too that there's a lot of people out there that will be very jealous just because of the platform that you have or what you're trying to do. And you're like me and Will, we have zero malice whatsoever. There's no smoke and mirrors back here. We're the same people on here. We're just trying to have fun and fly airplanes. We really do not care. So that's literally what we're doing here. But unfortunately, you keep doing good, my friend, and you're going to have people just try to block you no matter what. I always say, just adapt and overcome, and keep it moving, man. You're doing great things out there. By the way, I got to point out, Keith Dunn, I certainly appreciate you, man. Keith Dunn gave $9, $10 to the channel for the donation fee, and that certainly helps. That gets me to get new airplanes and stuff like that. So, by the way, you can't see it all the way, but that's a HSD turbine F-86 back there. I'll be doing a review on that one pretty soon. So I'm all over the place with the airplanes. I like doing a bunch of stuff, but
so Bobby, I need to answer a question that was thrown into the chat earlier.
Go in there.
Turn one asks, is that a crashed L-39?
Oh yeah, he did say that. Let's go ahead and tell him. He knows the answer, but he's just being funny. Go ahead.
So I'll pick it up and bring it to you, Turn One.
And I want to know what's in that big old AF model box brought to you by Banana Hobby. That's
there you go, Turn One. Show you just what it is.
Just so people know, I'm a fan of Banana Hobby. I like them. They're nice people.
Well, let's see here. Let's pop that open. And what does that look like it's ready for in there, Turn One?
Bingo.
Turbine, baby.
Yeah, that looks like some turbine. Congratulations, Will. Will is going turbines. And guys, I'm telling you, look, I love the EDF jets, but the progression of this hobby is wonderful. If you can go turbine, man. And so Will is definitely on his journey, man. That's the beauty of this hobby, man. It's just a journey. You go any direction you want, but as long as you keep moving forward, you're good. That's it. That's really it.
That's interesting to me. I've never tried turbine, but
Dude, you can do it.
Give me the remote. I'll fly anything, man.
And that's it. And look, people got to understand there's nothing you can't fly. There's just nothing you can't fly.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, we got a question for you, Harvey. All right, guys, fire away. So look, this is the part of the show. If you have a question, ask a question. I'm going to direct all the questions to Harvey. All right, there you go. Here you go. So let's see here. Turnlin wants to know what's in the banana box. By the way, Will.
I'm guessing.
What's in the banana box?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm guessing it's a turbine jet.
What do you think it is, Bobby? You probably already know what it is.
I already know what it is. I know what it is, sir. And I don't want to tell.
Do y'all want me to? Do you want me to tell them what it is, or you want me to just open it up?
Open it up, brother.
While you're opening it up right there, I know it's going to take some time.
Right.
Flyer Mikey has a question for you. Harvey says, any new warbirds coming from FMS?
Well, like I said earlier, all I can really say is I hope so, and I hope that it's minimum 1450 millimeter or up. Unfortunately, I can't say what they're coming out with due to my agreement.
Yeah.
But I certainly hope so. I mean, I think they really need to come out with more 1500 millimeter size warbirds, even up to 1700 again, if they would just upgrade the power system and give them some more top end.
Yep. And that's, we always want a little bit more power. There's never a bad thing giving a little bit more top end. And the cool thing about this hobby is everything's always progressing. Who would have ever thought we'd have these radios, these smart radios like this?
Yeah. Is that your 14 or what do you got?
That's the 14. And man, I'm just like, who would have ever thought that the hobby would be here? So it's a progression. A part of me is like, wait, we're moving too fast with the radios. They're coming out with a new radio and this continuing radio pretty quickly, but it's the cost of doing business.
It's almost like how iPhones come out. New iPhone every year.
Exactly. Yeah. You're absolutely
I just recently upgraded my NX10 to the iX14. Man, I'm loving that radio.
It's a solid radio.
It is.
What World War II FMS plane is your favorite there, Harvey? And also, my brother wants to know, how much do you bench, Bobby? Oh, man. I don't bench very much, man. I'll tell you, like 325 is kind of what I do. But I will say I can squat 600 pounds, if that means anything. So bicep curls, with free weights, I do like all the way up to 85s. I can do 90s, but you get to a point where it's, heavy's not. I'm 43 years old, dude. I don't, this body of mine's like, hey, this weight's heavy. Like, you're not young anymore. So
you're starting to learn your limit.
Yeah, if you don't learn your limit, your body will certainly tell you. So. But yeah, it's fun. I like the airplanes and pushing the limits with them. I like doing it in the gym too. So every now and then it's fun to be a meathead and drag the knuckles. Let the knuckles hit the ground sometime, right? You gotta be a knuckle dragger. So let's see. John Perry just said just ordered a new banana hobby stand. Boom, there you have it. And I love these stands right here. These stands are great.
You can see the two behind me. I got the larger size of the two they have, and I actually have three of them, man. They are awesome, man.
I'm telling you, the best thing ever brought to the market.
Yeah.
Had I known they would have been this awesome, I would have found a way to sell them myself.
I actually, two of them were sent to me by subscribers, so that was really cool.
That's really nice. Wow. Turn one says, "Hurry up, Will."
I'm hurrying, man.
William Lane says, "I'm about 50
There's a box. There's a box in a box."
Yeah, William Lane, you're not joking, dude. Tell me, I get to the point where, like, I wake up and I'm moving around pretty stiff. So,
going back to the question, Bobby, favorite World War II plane?
Yeah, man.
As far as FMS goes, man, I really love the 1500 millimeter P-47.
Oh yeah.
As well as that P40 they have. But I love them all, man. The P51s, Corsairs. But my favorite is the P47.
I'm agree with Afterburner RC. Yes, larger warbirds. Many guys have the 2.0 T28. That also is a good thing. Afterburner, you bring up a good point. I'm like, why don't they make bigger ones? Like, I want more Carbon Z like size airplanes. I want this Cherokee that I got right here, like right here. I want that to be a Carbon Z. Like, let's go big, man. These airplanes will do really well. But there was a lull where people stopped buying, $600, $700, $800 airplanes. But
that's true.
Those SR-71s by Motion RC are selling like hotcakes, boys and girls. So there's no letdowns on that one. Let's see.
Yeah, I see that selling out.
3120 Downforce says, I'd fly the blimp. He said, I'd fly a blimp. I'll fly anything. I'm kind of with you on that one. Craig Bevan says, can the P40 handle success? I think it can.
No, it's not rated for success.
There's a guy that has one that he's flying the stock system. It's on 5S. It's not 6S, but it's got a little bit more video. But he did change his ESC. The motor is in there. Let's see here. RC Lando says, yes, 2.0 meter or larger scale. Why not? Let's go. Turn One said BF 109s are my favorite. Let's go that route, dude. Let's make a big, 2 meter BF 109. Let's do that.
Yeah, BF 109 or a large scale FW 190 would be cool.
Now, we're over here looking at Will, trying to get him to hurry up and get into that box.
I'm taking my time.
No. He's taking a sweet time. What?
All right. So I can't just show you guys what's in the box. So I'm gonna have to pull it out piece by piece. Am I in view good here on the camera? Let's see. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll show you piece by piece. First, let's move that piece of paper out of the way. I'm gonna show you one piece, and I'm pretty sure y'all know what it is. Do we know what it is yet? Is there a delay?
No, I'm listening.
Oh. I mean, has anyone guessed?
Oh, that looks like a part of a F-33. Yeah.
F-33?
Yeah. That looks like an F-33.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Well, let's pull some more stuff out.
All right.
Because I've been pretty impatient about unboxing it anyway.
Well, everybody said F-22. Mike Chevin said F-22. Keith Dunn said F-22. Mountain RC, F-22. Turn One, F-22. Omaha Air Defense, F-22. LJ Hobby Life, F-22. Craig Bevan, F-22.
Well, we're almost there. So let's see.
Omaha Air Defense says, we waited 45 minutes for you to unbox that, bro. Put that thing in second gear. Let's go.
I'm getting it going, man. Going as fast as it'll go.
Man.
Let's get this piece out, and we'll pull out the
box. He would have had it done by now, and the airplane would have been sitting out.
I'd have had it together by now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the same thing.
I gotta maneuver, guys. I gotta maneuver.
Hey, he fell asleep while you were over there doing it.
Man, look at that. That's awesome.
That's huge. Yeah, that looks good.
That is huge. Look, this next to my arm.
Yeah.
Starting at my elbow.
William Lane says F-22 turbine or EDF. Which one is it, Will? You want to tell?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a good one.
Let's find out together.
F-22. All right, here we go. Is it EDF or turbine? How dedicated to the cause is Will? Here we go.
All right.
I'm guessing it's a turbine.
Let's see.
Here we go.
That's what it is.
Ah, EDF.
EDF.
Oh.
With no EDF.
Yeah.
So now that raises another question, right?
Yeah. What are you going to
do? All right.
I guess we'll have to find out next show, huh?
Well, no. You can find out right now.
Bring it on. I'm acting like I don't know, but I know.
I prepared this.
Let's see here.
Are you guys ready?
Yep, we got the Banana Hobby, Aerofoam, F-22.
And
now that
voila.
is the HSD Jets SEDF, guys. I don't know if y'all know about these SEDFs. They are monsters of power.
They are.
They produce the same thrust and burst as a turbine.
Wow.
Yes.
Is equivalent as an 80 Newton turbine.
They have some kick to them, man. They have some kick. So
yeah,
it's going to be fun to see how this flies with HSD Jets, EDF, and a ZTW 14S ESC. So, and that ESC can adjust timing precisely. So I'm going to be able to get the most I could push out of this EDF without hurting it. Unlike most ESCs that only do 5, 15, and 30 degree timing. So
people want to know, they want to know just how, what's the millimeter on that thing?
What's the millimeter?
On the EDF.
Oh, on the EDF? Oh, it's a 105.
And Will, how are you going to show us the EDF if you're not going to open it up? You showed us the box. You just showed me.
Here we go.
Do that.
Harvey,
what do you think? Have you flown any of these big 105 EDF jets yet?
So you see this nice, pretty package it comes in.
Oh yeah.
That nice shiny letters.
Mm-hmm.
And man, they package this thing to make sure it doesn't get hurt.
Oh, it's pretty. Let's take a look at it.
Nice foam over the top.
Yeah.
And you get in there and it's nestled nicely in a bunch of foam around it. And then you reach in there and you get on the outside of it, pull that bad boy out, and voila.
Yep. And that thing is already balanced and everything. Just to straight drop in.
Individual blades. They balance them individually and put it all together. So
and for the price of it, it's a crazy deal. Like people that is a sleeper EDF that people just don't know about. And I'm like trying to put that out there. 16,
17 pounds of thrust for the price that you're paying for this. This is outdoing a JP.
Absolutely.
This is outdoing a JP. And nothing against JP. I know, but with AF models using JP, I nothing against that. I do believe the bird is going to be great, but I want to make sure that I got the thrust that I want because I like to do verticals. So
flying off of grass too. So zero issue.
I think that's going to be one of the. I've been searching everywhere before I purchased this jet. I haven't found anyone flying it off grass yet. So I would assume that I'm going to be the first person to fly it off grass on camera. I'll say it that way, on camera, because someone probably has flown it off grass, but not on camera.
There's a couple of them out there off grass. I haven't seen any of the EDFs, though, to be honest.
But they're not EDFs. They're all turbines. They're all turbines off grass. So, I mean, we know a turbine's going to get off the grass, but what about an EDF? So we're going to find out.
Yep.
Something that big will definitely get off the grass.
Yeah, I would assume it would. I would
like to see.
Sign me up. That's my next jet, guys. Can't wait to see your video, Will.
Say what now?
Turn one said he flew one at Null. He said it was awesome. Cool. The turbine.
So, I'd like to see FMS come out with a 105 EDF jet.
I would too. I think
they've got the 90. It wouldn't be hard to step it up a little.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a market for these big ones, but what I've noticed is that market's it's a very thin line between price-wise between big, like, your big 105 to 120 millimeter EDFs are going to cost not too much different than a turbine, but people are like, oh, for that price I could buy a turbine. Well, not everybody can fly turbines at their field, and not everybody
right.
Not everybody wants it. So You have to have.
And then every event you go to doesn't allow turbines. You know, there's events that don't allow turbines. So if you want to fly your plane that you love, you probably gonna need it in an EDF version.
Well, Jeff, I called you Jeff, dude. Well, Will,
Man,
I know.
I mean, I'm under here, but not here. I got a lot more hair going too.
Certainly not the same. Definitely not like us or whatever that. But look, I just wanted to say, certainly appreciate having you on the channel there, FMS Harvey.
Yes, man.
About things in depth and letting people know just a little bit about FMS, the background of it, because there's a lot people don't know. That's one thing I try to bring onto the channel. Not only do I do the reviews on FMS airplanes, but I try to bring people good products and good quality content and people who are supportive of the hobby. So I would definitely say FMS definitely is a good quality company to work with. Before, I've had nothing but good feedback for people. So
hey, I'm gonna tell you this: FMS was my first EDF.
I'm telling you, yeah,
my first EDF was FMS.
Yep.
And my first 80 mil, my first 70 mil was the F-16, and my first 80 mil was the Rafale. So,
yeah.
So,
well, I appreciate you having me on, Bobby, again. And like I said, when something new comes out, I'll holler at you, and maybe we can hook up again.
Yeah, man. Always pleasure having you on here. Always glad to have you. You're always welcome, man. And I'm just thankful that you were here, and we finally linked up. We've been trying to do this for a long time. And,
about 3 attempts, right?
I know, man. And then I dropped off. It's not uncommon, and then I popped back up. So, but also before we go, guys, I want y'all to check out Raleigh Hobby Shop. It's the banner that's scrolling down at the bottom. They're good friends of ours. It's a local hobby shop. They are really good people. Family-based. They take care of us. They take care of Will. And they just take care of everybody in the community, honestly, like with the hobby shop there. Homegrown stuff, man. So check them out, RaleighHobbyShop.com. They can drop tip whatever you want if you don't have a local hobby shop close by. And without further ado, Harvey, certainly appreciate you being here, man. And RC Pilot Will, thank you for dropping in and showing that beautiful airplane right there. We certainly appreciate that. And also, we'd like to thank FMS for allowing you to come on here and talk and everything like that.
Yeah, man. And,
hey, you got anything else, man? Will, you got anything?
No, man, I'm gonna put this plane together.
All right, Harvey, you got anything? Got anything else, guys? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Certainly, don't forget to like and subscribe to Harvey's channel. I think right now he's sitting at 1.1 is what I saw subscribers. Let's see if we can't get that to boost up. So, if
there you go.
Watching the show,
let's get that to 2.5, 3.5.
Let's get them up too. Let's get them up.
Let's get them up
and be supportive, man. So.
Hey, y'all did the same thing for me, so y'all do the same thing for him.
Yep, and also I want to keep Dunn again, man. I certainly appreciate you supporting the channel, man. I really do. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Hey, Dunn, thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, guys, we're done here. I hope y'all have a good rest of the week. Tomorrow's Friday. Get out there and fly if you can, if you got some good weather. And yeah, that's pretty much all we got here. So y'all take care, and we're out of here. Boom.